Hi kids. Alright, so previously we already prepared an aqueous solution of copper 2 sulfate. Okay, so we prepared an aqueous solution of copper 2 sulfate, which is a lovely blue solution. We also prepared an aqueous solution of potassium chloride, okay, which is a lovely colorless solution. So these two are aqueous solutions. Now, I'm sure you know by now that in your lab or anywhere you go, you don't buy salt solutions. You buy crystal salts. Okay, so how do you get them from an aqueous solution to crystal salts? We do something called crystallization. Okay, so we take this solution and we put it under our Bunsen burner and we heat it up. Now we cannot heat it up until it's totally dry because then we'll get powder, not crystals. We don't want powder, we want crystals. Okay, so we heat it up until it's about 1/3 or half the aqueous solution left. This is called a saturated solution. Okay, and then what you can do is you can pour the saturated solution into a evaporating dish. Okay, now it will evaporate and eventually crystals will form. Now, if you want to be fast, you can filter out these crystals. Here, put filter paper. Okay, here is the excess water, and here you will get crystals. Now, these crystals are a little bit wet, so you just have to dry them. When you open your filter paper, your crystals are here. You just have to dry them between filter paper, or you can just leave them to air dry. Okay, now the same applies for any aqueous solution that you want to change into salt, crystal salts. But these are for soluble salts. For insoluble salts, you don't have to do crystallization because they're already in the form of solids. Okay, enjoy the experiment.
Hi kids! What we're going to do today is crystallization. Now, if you remember from our previous experiment, we prepared a salt solution of copper 2 sulfate and we prepared a salt solution of potassium chloride. Now, if you use these chemicals in your lab, you will notice that they don't use solutions. Instead, they come in powders. No one is going to sell solutions to you. So how do we change the solutions into crystals? We can't just put it under the fire and heat it up until it dries because this will give us a powder which is impure. What we want is crystals. In order to get copper 2 sulfate crystals from copper 2 sulfate solution, we use the method called crystallization. Now, how do we do crystallization? So obviously the chemicals that we need is copper 2 sulfate solution, potassium chloride solution. We need Bunsen burner, wire gauze, tripod, filter funnel, conical flask, filter paper, a glass plate, and a glass rod or a dropper. So what we are going to do now is we're going to put the two solutions and we're going to heat them up. So these two will take about 15 to 20 minutes or even half an hour depending of your volume of your solution before it becomes half the volume of the original solution. So when it becomes half the volume, then we will test whether it has reached its saturation point.